It's a freedom to live. You don't live for freedom. And that's the honest truth. You guys like my Tyler the Creator shirt? I do too. It's really nice. Um, so welcome back to Peace Within Solitude, everyone. If you are new here, I welcome you with open arms. And if you are returning, thank you for being here. And obviously, you're sticking with me for some reason, so I'm doing something right or whatever. I wanted to start off this video by giving you guys a beautiful, beautiful reading from the Spirit of the Wheel meditation deck. The card that we have today is called Purity, and it deals with your inner child. Your inner child is longing for the days when responsibilities were few and your heart was free to dream and play. Take a break from the complexities of life and recognize your inner child. Work on forgiving yourself and others by letting go of regret or remorse. Hanging on to the past stops the flow of life from moving through you and prevents you from discovering your true potential. Our childhood experiences sometimes leave us with emotional scars. We pile on layers of armor to protect the child within. Returning to the state of innocence is necessary for us to purify and nurture our inner child. For it is only through embracing life fully that we are able to begin to recover what has been lost. There is a world of beauty to discover, so give your heart wings and soar above the mundane. Recover your innocence and embrace the simple state of joy that is your natural birthright. And I like to say the prayer as well too, so the prayer goes, help me, Great Spirit, to learn how to honor myself. Let me see the world through the eyes of my inner child and to recapture the wonder and innocence that can set my heart free. Now, if you want to repeat that to yourself, go ahead, honey. Listen, I love this deck with all my heart. And I remember when I went to go, short little story time. When I went to go pick up this deck, I went to this new spiritual store. Out of the blue, something I've been wanting to go, but just this particular day, I had nothing to do, and I stopped in. I walked in, and I'm thinking it's closed, but I walked into the wrong building, which makes sense. I do that sometimes. But so I walk in and I'm looking around and this deck is literally like calling to me. So I bring it up to the register and the lady goes and says, "Oh my goodness, this deck has been sitting here for ages and it's been waiting for you, obviously." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great," because I felt such a strong pull towards it. So I was so happy to bring it home, and it has done nothing but greatness for me personally, and I totally recommend it. A lot of us do not slow down. We are so quick to move on to one thing after the other. And I just wanted to speak about it more so because I don't hear people talking about the need to just slow down and take a moment to actually be present in life. And I just went through, I had like an epiphany, an awakening, whatever you would like to see it as, but I view it as both of those things. I was struggling with thinking too much about the past and having it interfere with my present reality and present day. So the way that slowing down comes into play with this is I had to take the time to realize, why am I still stuck in the past? So after I went through intense crying sessions, meditations, vivid dreams, because I received messages through my dreams as well, and taking time to pay attention to my thoughts, which is so important, I came to the realization, like, what's going on in my present day is the only thing that matters. And what's going on right now is not a goddamn thing. My mind is in a place where it is slowed down. Like there's nothing but peace and serenity right now. And I feel as though my subconscious mind is so, it was programmed to be on to be uneasy, to be quick to jump to scenarios, to argue, to do all the negative things that I did in my past. So as I am right now, which again, in a very calm and peaceful state, I I couldn't I couldn't believe that that's all I had to do was just focus on my present day. And in order for that to have happened, I had to pause and think about my thoughts, to pay attention to my thoughts. A lot of us are on autopilot every single day, and we don't even realize it. So to just sit down and realize, okay, well, I'm thinking about this. How is it making me feel? I don't feel too good. And then dissecting everything else along those lines. After you're dissecting the feeling part, now it just comes with the healing, with the mending, because we already cleaned and we washed out the wound. It's no longer irritated, no longer possibly infected. It's in the healing stages of repairing itself. When it comes to that point in life, within your reality, within your present day, it's easier said than done. When the mind goes through a very long period of programming, whether it's positive or negative, it's going to take a long time to reprogram. So when I came to that conclusion, I had to understand that I could not undo years of programming within one day. And that's where patience comes in with the self. To actually be patient with ourselves it's so key. So key. We need to nurture ourselves like babies. We need to care for ourselves as children. We need to care for ourselves as a very delicate flower. We are all delicate flowers. We require sunlight. We require water. We require food. We require so many things to keep continuously rising, growing, blooming, and excelling and being the best version of ourselves, to be bright, to be peaceful, to be loving. In order to do that, doing one thing at a time will help to alleviate some of the stress that we may have put on ourselves throughout the time being. And I can only give examples from myself because I've experienced this entirely. Being so quick to finish everything at once and being impulsive, and now being in the mindset of breaking those bad habits and that form of conditioning. It's going to take time, but take the time that you need. I don't allow myself to push myself as for time limits and things of that nature, because for me personally, what is best for me and what is meant for me is always going to be there for me regardless. It's always going to show itself. So I'm going to continuously live life to the fullest, with love, and being lively. It's a freedom to live. You don't live for freedom. And that's the honest truth. So let's go over what we've learned. 1. Think about what you want to do and why you want to do it. 2. Check in with yourself. It is okay to ask, how am I feeling today? 3. One thing at a time. 4, complete what you've already started. Live with yourself and remember you are human. And provide yourself with that love, that internal love, that nurturing love. It's okay to talk out loud, sweetie. Remember not to judge yourself. There are a lot of judgmental people in this world. Do not be a judgmental person to yourself. Remember to be kind to yourself. Remember to be open and vulnerable with yourself, because nobody got you like you've got you. And if you stayed this long, I welcome you with open arms. I'm sending you loving energy. So much loving energy, and thank you so much. Be good to yourself. Feed yourself a good meal. Dance that ass off and sing, even if you ain't got the vocals, baby. Peace. I'm proud of who I am and who I will mold myself to be.